Now, that is as far as unpublished data is concerned. How about published data? So published data refers to information that has been formally released to the public through traditional channels such as books, journals, newspapers, or online databases. This type of data is generally considered more reliable and credible than unpublished data because it has undergone peer review or editorial scrutiny. So editors have looked at this work, peer reviewers have looked at this work, the authors have made certain corrections, so then this data is more reliable as compared to the unpublished data. So common types of published data, so you will have books. These are comprehensive works on a particular subject, often containing extensive research and analysis, number one. So those are books. Number two, journals. These are academic journals published originally, publishing original research articles, reviews, essays on specific topics. Three, newspapers and magazines. These are publications that provide news, commentary, and analysis on current events. Then four, government publications. So these would be government published materials which have a variety of statistics and other documents. So common types of published data. Number one, you have books. Number two, journals. Number three, newspapers and magazines. Number four, government publications. Others may include corporate publications, companies published annual reports, market research reports, and other documents. And remember, these ones would be required to be signed by maybe certified auditors, certified accountants, and so on. So they are more credible and they follow a particular convention or pattern. Academic databases. These databases contain articles, books, and other scholarly materials in terms of, say, repositories, online repositories. These repositories such as ARX4 or ResearchGate allow researchers to share their work online before it is formally published. So you could have these repositories that are online in terms of published data. So you are looking at common types of published data: one, books; two, journals; three, newspapers and magazines; four, government publications; five, corporate publications; six, academic databases; seven, online repositories. Now, what are the advantages of published data? So they are credible. So published, number one, credible. Published data generally is considered more credible and reliable than unpublished data because it has undergone peer review or editorial scrutiny. Number two, accessibility. So published data is often more accessible than unpublished data as it is available through libraries, bookstores, and online databases. Number three, standardization. Published data often follows standardized formats and guidelines, making it easier to compare and analyze. Now, those are the advantages of published data: credibility, accessibility, standardization. Now, how about disadvantages of published data? So there's the element of, number one, time lag. There may be a time lag between when the data is collected and when the data is published. Number two, limited access. Some published data may be behind paywalls or require subscription to access. Number three, bias. Published data may be influenced by the bias of the authors or the publication. So a particular publication could be skewed towards publishing a particular kind of maybe information. So they will be skewed towards that and they will be biased in terms of what they do. So what a researcher is expected to do is to look at the researchers, look at the study being done, and have a mix of sources to ensure that that bias is neutralized. So disadvantages of published data: time lag, limited access, bias. When using published data, it is important to ensure that the researcher, one, evaluates the source, consider the reputation of the author and the publisher, and also the journal. Check for bias. The user of this published data should be aware of potential bias in the data or analysis. The sources are supposed to be cited properly, so use of appropriate citation styles in order to give credit to the original author.